Good morning, everybody. How is everybody this morning? I hope you are all doing well. Oh, and the beep tells me that YouTube went live. Yay, something's working. Okay, that's a little unfair. It generally does work. So, if you are new to my live streams, you can skip forward the next 5 minutes, because this is the bit where I make sure everything is working, say hello, and provide a recap of yesterday. Or yesterday's live stream, I should say. During yesterday's live stream, things were interesting. I did in fact successfully make my way from the Bleak Inlet to the coastal highway. The most notable thing about that was the bit where I swear I nearly died climbing the second rope to the ravine. Fortunately, I was able to hop onto a ledge and inject myself with a stim, which got me the rest of the way up. Finding the way from there to the bit where I can actually walk back to the coastal highway was a minor challenge, but actually in the end fairly doable. Did have to spend the night in the open, which worked out, fortunately. And the rest of the trip back was fairly, I won't say boring, uneventful compared with the last time I made that trip, which was a nightmare. So I got back to the coastal highway, I got home, yay, and then I got mauled by a bear again. Twice. Again. This is becoming something of a trademark, as this is the third time it's happened to me, and in fact the second time in about a week. So I am now once more trying to get my condition back, fix all my clothes, replace my beloved rabbit skin hat again. But there was some successes. I mean, obviously I got back. The bear died eventually, but I did literally see it drop dead, which is not too surprising, as it had received at least one revolver shot and one rifle shot in the process of attacking me, so I have a dead bear to try and harvest. Although it's not in the best position, it's probably doable. And I also managed to build the furniture construction workbench, which was one of the reasons for returning, was to do that and put myself in a position where I could conceivably build a meat curing box. I think that's what it's called, which I wish to do because that allows me to cure meat, which apparently doesn't smell when you carry it, which would be nice. It would make extensive trips a lot easier. There's a sort of limit. If you carry more than 2 kilograms of meat, you smell, and predators can conceivably follow you for that. Whereas if you can carry more, you could stay out longer. So, I think I made it through the night, didn't I? Let's find out where we are and what I'm doing. Ah, right. Okay, that explains it. It is in fact... I have not yet... That is in fact my furniture workbench. I have not yet seen it in daylight. Right, so let's see what I've got to fix. That needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. That's good. That's alright, that's okay. Those need to be fixed. Those need to be fixed. those are all right, and those need to be fixed. So I should now try and find out what I have stashed away that I can use to do that, because that will then determine what I'm going to do next. And I do have to go after the bear, because I don't want to lose that. Okay, let's see, what have I got over here? I do have cured. Oh, yes, actually. That allows me to fix my boots. Which is a step in the right direction. And they are now back to decent. It's probably cheaper, to be honest, to actually make them from scratch. But we will do this. Yes! Okay, that's one thing done. Nope.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yeah, Mackenzie's complaining again. And those, yep, definitely need to be repaired. And my condition is slowly creeping up. Do I have any rabbit skins? That's a question. Now, in principle, all the immediate threats around me are dead, with the possible exception of the friendly local moose, which may not be. Alright, let's see what I've stashed away in here. I don't think I've got rabbit skins stored away, do I? So I need to go after rabbits. Did I stash stuff? No. I dumped cloth in there. Oh, and there's my salt supply, which I will need. I need to find out. I need 8 kilograms of salt. Nope. I've ended up sticking stuff in all kinds of places. And let's see. Definitely need rabbits. Excuse me. Yeah. Alright. So, yes, there it is, my furniture workbench. I need to find out how much salt I have, to be honest. How much salt have I got? Nope. What's salt stored under? Food? Well, let's accumulate all my salt and find out how much I have. Oops. Is that all the salt I have? I must admit I thought I had more. Apparently that's it. Yeah, that was a bit unnecessary, frankly. Yeah. How much salt have I got? So I've got about 2 kilograms of salt, it appears. Let's make absolutely sure. Let's see. Meat curing box. Yeah. So salt is definitely a thing. That's alright. Stash it away. Ooh, that's not. So I wish I could have brought the salt from Bleak Inlet. Oh, that would have been nice. Alright.
Might have to drop some gear.
And the reason I'm taking all this is so that when I go out and harvest harvest the bear, if I can find it again. Not the best of weather. Just stick my head round the corner. All I have to do now is find out where the dead bear is. There is a wolf that haunts this area, but I'm hoping I was able to shoot it yesterday. There is a dead wolf up ahead. And in principle, that is the wolf that roams this particular region. All I have to do now is find the bear. The reason I got wood with me is so I can light a fire and hopefully keep predators at bay while I do the harvesting job. There was an occasion I quartered a deer and
Too much stuff to carry.
unfortunately that's when I got mauled by a bear. And this has the distinct disadvantage of not having very good visibility, but yeah, there's the local wolf, which I ought to. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Because I'm pretty certain that I will be close enough to trouble for me to be spotted. I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, there's the bear. It's not too far, but I will set up a fire, because wolves do haunt this particular region. And I don't wish to be disturbed. I think I could survive a mauling, but I'd rather not. Yeah, you see, there's the problem. Them over there. So as long as the wind doesn't kick in, this might keep them at bay. Huh. Let's see. How long does it take? 2 hours to quarter. Hopefully that will be enough. And it's nearly nightfall. Oh wow. Let's take that back with me. And I'll come back in the morning to collect the rest. Hopefully.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the bear was following me, but it actually came. I was literally just over there, and it, I think, came through either the ice right there or this region right here. Pretty much right up beyond me. Behind me, I should say. Not an occurrence that filled me full of delight, I can tell you. So, it's not the furthest I've carried a quartered bear. The last time I shot this one was way over there, actually. I had to go all the way around the road. Hang on, was this region? Yeah, I think it... No, that's, that was Desolation Point. Completely different area. Have I got time to grab them? I just want the hide. Yeah. Good thing is carrying hide doesn't tend to make you smellier. Alright. Definitely helped by the fact that the wind is in the right direction. In fact, there is no wind, that's what I sort of mean. Must admit, I thought I had more salt here, but apparently not. There was apparently, in some incarnations of yourself, salt in one of the huts, but I searched and I couldn't find it. A handy 10-kilogram bag of salt would be useful, but I'm just going to have to deal with harvesting it. And salt can be found in the mine, I think, as I recall, and rocks along the coastline behind those islands. At least that's where I've found it so far. Now, if the wolf that is dead behind me that I just skinned is not in fact the local resident, it will probably pop up fairly soon. We have deer. I do need more deer. There's another one. This is always the bit of a risk here, is I have harvested animals on the ice with a fire to help keep the predators at bay, but that's always a bit of a risk that you have to deal with. Right.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
Yeah, what am I doing? I am... Let's harvest that. I hope I have matches around here. It would be a bit embarrassing if I didn't. Interesting experience yesterday. My stream got raided at one point I had more viewers on Twitch, I should say, than I did here. Do I need the coal for anything? If in doubt, make water. And that was a day. Amazing how time flies when you have to repair things which take time. And it's late, and I have food. Let's go back to sleep. $232 days. That's not too bad. Of course, with my luck, there'll be a blizzard, but actually I can probably still go out and get stuff in the blizzard. It's relatively straightforward. Now, let's see if it's light enough for me to fix my balaclava. Ah, yeah, it was worth checking. Yeah. Where's the bed gone? There. I wonder if that's light enough. Nope. And my condition is almost back, which is nice. So, weekend's coming up, and as you may know, my weekend stream is entirely haphazard and entirely up to me. So, what I have been doing, though, is I have been streaming Wintermute, so that is almost certainly what I will do Saturday and Sunday morning. Okay, what can I... Let's drop some stuff. Why was I carrying that? I do not know. How much water have I got? I have a suspicion I'm... yeah. Oh no, that's not too bad. Right. Back to Mr. Bear. Do you know, even if it's a blizzard, I can probably do it. Do
I
wolves...
need to drop something.
Are they active in the middle of a blizzard? I don't know, to be honest. And just check to make sure that yeah. Last time I saw the moose was... first time I saw the moose in the region, it was right there. But of course now I need that bearskin. I wonder, do I have a spare bearskin at the other end? I don't think so, but I should check. There's a sort of secondary camp at the other end of this road where I left stuff, so I should go down there and check. Really, I ought to make extensive notes. But the wind's in more or less the right direction for this. What would make me slightly nervous if the wind was blowing towards them. I'm not going to bother with the meat of that, at least not at this point. I'd rather get the bear meat. A wolf doesn't really last that long. It's a surprisingly short amount of time, actually. Excuse me, my head's a bit itchy today. Sorry about that. If you heard scratching noises, that was me scratching my head. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you do get a lot of stuff.
Slowing me down.
So I gotta make at least 2 more trips. Ooh. Yeah. I'm carrying too much. What am I carrying that is so heavy? Apart from... Oh, brother! What am I carrying? Probably ought to put the rifle down, to be honest. And I could put that down. Let's drop that. And that will... Next time I go out, I will put the rifle down. That should mean I can carry a bit more and travel somewhat faster. Yeah, in principle right now, I don't have to... In principle, yeah, I shouldn't have to carry the rifle on this on these trips back and forth, because the primary threat is dead. Ooh, that's a concern. The wind is now shifted and is now blowing towards them. Now, the good news is my condition is back to normal, and if they do take offence, it won't be the first time I've shot up a pack of wolves. Yeah, I think they've noticed me. I got 2 choices. I can go to meet them. Yeah, here they come. Let's take care of this situation. Not something I would normally... Yeah, it could be worse. Don't think I'm damaged. Nope. Yes, I do have the DLC for the Travois. Right. Well, that went pretty much as expected. Apart from the minor battering. I'll check and see what it did to me. New. Best to wait until I get back. I need 2 more tiered maple sticks for the travois. I've got 2. I think I need 4, and I think I have enough leather. So, by the way, good morning, Fireheart. How are you doing today? If this had been Wintermute, I would have used the rifle, because I don't have the revolver in Wintermute, but I do have the rifle and apparently enough ammunition. And wolves in Wintermute do tend to succumb rather quickly when being struck by a 303 rifle cartridge, which is only to be expected. But yeah, no, yeah, there's a couple of things I want to do while I'm here. One is let's drop that. I am reluctant.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Ooh, that does not sound fun. Let's drop that. And I don't need the woodworking tools. Why am I still carrying those? Let's drop that. And I can also... Why am I carrying a fresh... Oh yes, I know why I'm carrying a fresh black bear hide. Oh, for a second. Oh yeah, thank you. Let's drop him. And that is... Drop that. Okay, that should give me a little bit more carrying capacity. Oh, my beloved hat. I swear... These are down to 67% again? Oh boy, those are not in good. Let's fix that right now. Alright, that's a bit better. Okay, let's now gallop back to the bear. And I should be able to carry 2 things. I am kind of proud of the woodworking bench. That was a nice little achievement. I'm quite pleased with that. Oh, it's funny, I thought those wolves were timber wolves, but apparently not. Oh, I was going to check and see what damage I did, didn't I? That's alright, that's okay. That's still okay. That's alright. Yes, yes. Yeah, probably didn't. Those are alright. Yes. And yes. Looks like I came out of that fairly well. So... And while I don't appreciate having expended 2 rounds of ammunition, I don't get to complain, given that I've got 106 on me and 24 more back in the garage. So I've got 130 rounds of revolver ammunition, which is more than I've ever had at one time before. They're reduced to 2. Let's see. 1,
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
2. Okay, no. That's too slow, even for me. But the wind's still in a direction I do not appreciate, so... that's alright. I wonder what point they'll start calling Mackenzie Wolf Slayer. Oh, brother. Here we go again. Alright, come on, Mr. Wolf. I don't want to do this, really, but still. Yeah, he's not going to be dissuaded. And I think that was a hit. You're not going to come back, are you? I would consider that to be highly ill-advised. Look, there's a freshly dead wolf over there. More or less freshly dead. Are you going to insist on following me? In a way, I'd prefer it if they were timber wolves. Because they tend to... Yeah, this is a regular wolf, not a timber wolf. I almost prefer dealing with timber wolves. Yep. Well, thank you for joining me, Fireheart. I do appreciate it. And to anybody else who's watching. Yeah, this wind is not exactly pointing in the direction I would wish it to, but... Wow, he is persistent. Or she, I don't know. I don't know which one it is. Bit difficult to check the undercarriage. I can't be the only one who's done that. Oh, looks like a hit. I've never played Clash of Clans. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I really didn't want to do that. Right, there we go. What time is it? I've got time to go back. I know this is awfully tedious, this is not exactly exciting. Definitely need a couple more maple sticks. The only problem is I have a suspicion I would technically need 3 more maple sticks, because in the process of finding enough for the travois, I will probably need to make a new bow. But have they all gone? Appears so. I think I've hit them all, haven't I? Probably used up a round or 2 more ammunition than I really need to. But, like I say, I've survived with far less. And, if necessary, I can always go back to the Bleak Inlet and reload, but I don't really want to do that. Although, actually, it would be easier now that I'm more familiar with the route. I am in a far better position to make the travel.
Too heavy.
Stop complaining, Mackenzie. 1 more trip, and I'll have everything. And then I can do a big old barbecue. I'm sure that will be thrilling for everybody. Good grief, have I been streaming for 42 minutes already? And needless to say, the reason Mackenzie is moving so slowly isn't so much the weight, although that's a part of it. He is now walking directly into a light wind. Which is kind of amusing, but everything appears to be dead that might be an immediate threat. So whether or not I'll be able to find any of them is a bit subject. So next thing to do, yeah, cook up all this bear meat. Oh, excuse me. I just realised I can make 11 more arrows if I need to. In fact, you know, I probably ought to. There's no particular point having the makings around and not using them. What else am I going to use birch sticks and crow feathers for? My worst case nightmare would be if the moose suddenly appeared on the road. I would not enjoy that. I think it was Anna who was telling me that she's hasn't seen the moose respawn here. I don't know what the moose spawning rules are, because I don't think I've ever Is it that moose don't respawn? Hmm. Still, with those wolves dead, that makes trying to get salt from behind those islands a much more straightforward task. Oh, for heaven's sake, don't do that to me. I heard the I heard the deer grunt, and for half a second I thought, no, please don't tell me that's a moose. I don't mind encountering a moose, I just don't want to encounter it at ranges where I don't get to dictate what happens next. Yeah. Alright, one more trip and I'm done and I can start cooking. Well, at least I don't have to have nothing but rancid meat. At least some of the meat here is actually, oh yeah, some of it's still in good condition, or reasonable condition. One more trip. It's always much more convenient when they die right on your doorstep, but unfortunately you can't guarantee that, unless they literally drop dead from the first shot. Which I have had the bear do twice now. But this one obviously decided it was going to be a little bit more irritated than usual. Dropping dead 10 minutes after it's successfully mauled you twice is, well, it helps you find the body. Yeah, so I need to do a trip. I'm trying to remember where the salt is. I can't remember. I've got to go search the whole thing. I wonder how my Twitch stream is doing. Yesterday's live stream did surprisingly well. Right now it's sitting at 82 views. That's not bad. I think that makes it one of my more successful live streams for whatever reason. Oops. I nearly forgot what I was doing. You know, I might be able to just speed things up if I go across the ice.
It's gotta go.
Reason I was going along the road was because of the wolf pack here, but if the wolf pack is all dead, then I can make a more direct trip. So the other pack of wolves around here is actually over there in the distance beyond that fishing hut. But this area should be clear for a few days, which is profoundly useful. It's the thing is, as far as I could tell, during the live stream I had 55 views and it's picked up nearly 30 subsequently, according to this. Yeah. Not my most successful. My most successful stream. Can't remember which one it was. Got 113 views in about 24 hours. But I should break. You know, there's an excellent chance I'll break 500 viewing hours this month. Today. Which is, yeah, excellent. Alright, drop that. It won't be 82 million. Yeah, that's never going to happen. So now we have a big stinking pile of fresh guts. Black bear, cured wolf pelt, fresh wolf pelt, and let's see, what time of day is it? Okay, I need to, let's see, start cooking. I guess so. Yes, my furniture workbench. Let's see now. I don't know what I'm umming and erring about. I know what I have to do next. It's just boring. It's not my favourite thing in the game. But needs must. Thank you. That makes one of us. Yeah, if I did pick up an extra subscriber yesterday, so I've got 133 at the moment. I am at the point where you appreciate every single subscriber you gain, and kind of regret every one that you lose. Oops. I do have matches, don't I? Yes, I do. Oh, that was probably me, wasn't it?
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
And I definitely didn't want to do that. Alright, let's try and get my... Yeah. Focus. Alright, let's get a couple of hours of fuel going. What am I doing? I was clicking. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Couldn't see the arrow. always slightly unnerves me when I can hear the fans howling away in the background, even though technically it's never given me a problem. Right, let's cook up some water. Go drop this lot outside. Oops. Not a good idea to run headlong into the wall. Probably doesn't do you any good, because your nose tends to hit first.
I need to drop something.
Yeah, I've still got wow, I've got a whole bunch more of stuff to cook, don't I?
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
I've said it before, this is one of my favourite times of the day, in terms of graphics, that is. Come on. It's quite nice. No moose down by the pier. Well, dock, I should say. Pier sounds a little bit too grandiose. Oh, you know what? I've got time. I can grab another one of these.
Too much stuff to carry.
Why does it always look like he sort of does a jump when he does that?
Just need to close my eyes.
Yes, in a minute, Mackenzie. Excuse me a moment. Itchy ear.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I'm not sure you should be complaining that much, Mackenzie. Oh, I have the obligatory cheap viewers message from Steam. Sorry, from Twitch. Right. What am I doing? Oh, that's a good question. Yes, I want to check out and see if I've got anything useful down the far end, so I may as well go check that out. But for that I need my rifle, which is fine. I've got water, I've got food. I just want to make sure that if I don't have to go hunting again, I'd rather not. Did I pick up the rifle? I did not pick up my rifle. Yeah, because where I'm going there's a bear. And it has done me no favours in the past. Let's have a look. Oh, that needs to be fixed again. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Actually not too bad apart from the hat. And it should be relatively straightforward. I think I checked them once. They were literally an account made in the last 24 hours. The thing that gets me is who pays attention to them? If you're watching me on Twitch, ignore the cheap viewers messages. I have never checked them out, but I can almost guarantee you will regret it if you do. Oh, Fireheart, I also picked up 3 more followers on Twitch yesterday as a result of the raid. Last time I had a raid, I was actually told that another Long Dark streamer finished his stream and redirected his viewers to me, which was quite gratifying. I'm sure they're much more interesting than I am. I don't actually know what you could do to make this more adventurous and more attractive. All I'm doing is trying to survive as long as I can. I would not be happy if all my streams ended up with me dead doing something risky. Well, apparently, the thing is, when I was first told that my Twitch account was the subject of a raid, my first thought was Minecraft. And I know I've told the story before, how I set up a private server for myself and my son some years ago. And we got griefed. And I mentally associate griefing with raiding. The good news about the grief was that I had a backup, so my son was happy, he didn't lose his pet wolves, and I had to rebuild a bamboo farm, but that was not a huge deal. But it was kind of amusing because, well, it was amusing and educational. So basic rule of thumb, if you run a private server, for heaven's sake, make a backup every day, and use your whitelist. I thought I had the whitelist on, but it turns out I did not. And then anybody who tries to get on, stick him on your blacklist. And this is the point at which I need to switch over to the rifle. Yeah. The great thing about this area is if you get down to the road, while you're not exactly safe per se, it gives you a safe direction. You can go in either direction, you can head off either way, and you can find shelter. So that's one of the things that makes this region very attractive. If you get completely lost in the middle of a blizzard, general rule of thumb, head downhill, head for the ocean. You will come across the road, and if you come across the road, then shelter is not far. And that has been profoundly helpful to me. So now we are potentially entering bear territory once more. And wolf territory, apparently. Which is only to be expected. Do you know, I was doing all this walking down here and I never bothered to check to see what the temperature was. So this is the region where you can sometimes see the other bear. I have actually seen this particular region's bear on a few occasions. They are a bit close. I won't bother you guys if you don't bother me. That the very first time I saw the bear in this region, it was very disturbingly walking away from a hut. So I don't know what its full range is. In fact, yeah, I saw it advancing away from that hut over there, which was somewhat disconcerting, but I did make this place my base of operations for a while. In fact, you can see, yep, here's my meat supply and wood supply, and I still got stuff here. How come I've got moose? I must have dropped it. So yes, I came all the way down here to see what I left behind. And yeah, so the first thing I end up doing when you step out is check over there. I don't know where the bear comes from when it's heading off in that direction, but I don't want to find out.
Might have to drop some gear.
Alright, let's see what I've got. Charcoal, cloth. Did I stash anything? Yeah, I think I've got a bit of charcoal. Antibiotics. Car battery. I don't appear to... What's this down here? Oh, that's my firearm cleaning kit, isn't it? Alright. But I don't need all that charcoal, so... Yes, carrying 3 kilograms of charcoal seems a little excessive unless you're heading to make gunpowder. So, did I leave... Oh, I'll take that. I don't need the cured gut. I've got more than enough of that. Okay. I did have some I did have some rabbit pelts. That was worth the trip. I'll take those. Do I have... Nope. Alright, that's good to know. At least I can get my mitts back to normal. I should have just made a new pair, but this is actually quicker. So those are good, those are good, those are at 99%, that's at 100%. I need the bear skin to fix this. Good, good. Oh right, I was hoping I'd left a bear skin here, but apparently not. I mean, I will double check, but I'm almost certain I used the bear skin here. I did have one. Yep. Alright. So here's the slightly nerve-wracking bit.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
It's actually kind of amusing. I've spent any amount of time out here cooking stuff, and I can only assume that the bear stayed away from the fire. But it is slightly disconcerting to realise that while I was having a cook fest, the bear probably... I wouldn't be at all surprised if the bear wandered past me at some point. But I don't actually know where it goes. But this is a useful little spot. Yeah, you've got a lot of wood. You do have to cook outside, that's the only downside. Alright, let's go for it. Oh, that's funny. Eating 25 calories of meat is enough to completely get rid of the fact that I was smelling quite attractive to predators. Oh, the new graphics hits my frame rate when it's snowing. I'm only running at 86 frames a second. If I wasn't streaming, I'd probably be up closer to 100. And if I didn't have the graphics update, I'd be running at 120, but it's no biggie. I think it was this car that was my lifesaver last time. No, not last time, the time before that I came back from well, the ravine in the middle of a blizzard and this kind of thing, and I was able to sleep in the car until a blizzard blew up, at which point I was able to head for, I think it was one of the huts over there. So that was useful. Deer on the ice. Oh, hello. Have I not seen... Oh, I have checked it before. Seeing as I'm here, I'm just checking for salt deposits. I don't think... Oh, have I checked this? I have not. That's new. Okay. Oh, okay. Have I been up there? I don't remember. I think I have. One other good thing about this region is, mostly, is I haven't fallen through the ice that often unless I get to the edge over there. It's not like Bleak Inlet where any trip across open ice is much more fraught with peril. So, I need 3 rabbits. 3 rabbits? Yeah, 3, maybe 2, at least. And there's some near one of those islands, which hopefully they will have respawned by now. Oh, Bleak Inlet wasn't that bad, to be honest. Oh, look! Wabbits! Huh. How about that? No, Bleak Inlet wasn't too bad. Once you got used to the fact that it was much colder, it's you know, it's got a lot going for it, to be honest. I mean, the fact that you have looks like my archery skill might have gone up a bit. That's nice, I suppose. Where's the 3rd rabbit? Yee. I'm amazed that within the context of the game you get enough rabbit left to harvest. I did actually once see what happened to a rabbit that was hit with a 270. It was inedible. Alright. I grew up in the English countryside, and the circumstances were such that for us hunting was basically a necessity. So that's how I know about that. But yeah, you hit a rabbit with a high power rifle, you're pretty much not. Yeah, it's not pleasant. The reality isn't. .22 long rifle is about perfect. Yeah, no, I'm slightly unusual for an Englishman, because for a substantial... excuse me a second. For a substantial portion of my life, and out of necessity, because we needed to, I did... hunting was, for meat, was a very big part of my childhood. Mostly my father. So, you know, we lived off venison and rabbit mostly as our primary sources of meat. And we were the type who kept chickens and had a vegetable garden, that sort of thing. And yes, it was necessity that drove us. We were very lucky, and my father had permission to shoot over quite a large area of land. He got permission from the local farmers. All perfectly legal. And then later on he got a game dealer's license, which, as I recall, involved an inspection of the premises, so that he could actually sell meat as well. So, as a result, you see and smell some things that most people don't. You know, I've almost forgotten what I was doing. I should pay more attention. But where would be the fun in that? Oh, I got rabbits, that's it. I got rabbits, didn't I? Yes. Purely by accident. I need to remanufacture a couple of arrows. I think that was my best rabbit hunt for a while. Right, so what will happen is I'm going to get back to the gas station, and then I will take a quick 3 or 4 minute break. So if you need to get up, move around, drink some water or coffee, exercise your bladder, that would be a good time. Well, fortunately, none of us were particularly squeamish, but I have a suspicion and necessity, and believe me when I say this was necessary, might overcome such things. Fortunately, I've never been squeamish. I'm probably more squeamish now about some things than I was when I was a kid, but that's old age for you. Well, middle age. Is 60 the new 40? I know, I'm 59, but the numbers don't quite match up. Right, so that was a successful little trip, and I'm almost back to oh, and I forgot I got to fix that lot. Okay, never mind. What time of day? Loads of time. Alright, so, I do...
Too much stuff to carry.
I do really need to go to the bathroom, so I will see you all in about typically 3 or 4 minutes. See you shortly. As soon as I figure out which button I'm supposed to press, because I forget half the time. Yep. Forgot to pause the game. Oh well. Right, one quick butchery session, because and then we can return to cooking. Yeah, I think if you had to be a gatherer, Fireheart, yeah, you pretty much lose any possibility of squeamishness. Personally, I can't believe that hunter-gatherers made it as far as they did. I mean, you would think some of them would take one look at the environment they're in and say, nope, we're heading back to Africa or Southern Europe or something like that. Can you imagine being a hunter-gatherer ending up in England, where it's, you know, moderately miserable a lot of the time? I would not... Why was I carrying... Sometimes I surprise myself with the things I'm still carrying. You know, I've got time to do some harvesting and stuff. Oh. You're all full. Of course you are. Yeah, there we go. Let's, yeah, I do get the feeling I was carrying a slightly more water than absolutely necessary.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
It's not that actually that would bother me so much. It's the constant. It's the miserable weather. England has this combination of weather that if you encounter it elsewhere doesn't seem so bad, but here it just translates to absolute misery. And that applies to southern England as well as northern England. Oops, I forgot. First thing I want to do is harvest that. Ah, my goodness. I have 24 watching. Hello, everybody. Actually, even in winter, you can get rowan berries, that I remember. You can eat them, but you would be advised to prepare them first, because rowan berries... Oh, that was silly. Rowan berries are extremely bitter. But excuse me a second while I focus. Right. Cook. That's what I wanted to do. I'll go drop the rabbit outside. I'm trying to think what else is available during winter. It's not my area of expertise per se. I know one thing that you can get in England, even in winter, and that is cattail bulrushes. They are I don't know whether you'd call them tubiferous, but they do store food for the winter in their roots. So that apparently was quite a good source of winter food, but collecting it would be a serious problem because you'd have to go wading through ice cold water with ice on top. It would be unpleasant. You would be, but in winter it's a good, apparently it's quite a good source of carbohydrate. But the collection process, like I say, minorly nightmarish. I don't think it's tubers they produce so much as I think it's rhizomes, but not positive. But anyway, yeah, the roots are a good source of carbohydrate in winter. And of course, if you had a bow and arrow, you could always hunt deer. We didn't have rabbits during the hunter-gatherer period. They were introduced much later. When rabbits were introduced, was it by the Normans or by the Romans? I think it was the Normans. And subsequently they escaped, and that's why we have rabbits in England, because they were introduced. Now, curiously, during the hunter-gatherer period and later, we did have bear. We had brown bear in England. I can't remember when they went extinct. We also had wolves. The last wolf in England was killed in Scotland, it is generally considered, in 1736, I think. We had lynx as well. In fact, there's even some consideration to reintroducing lynx to the Highlands of Scotland. We had beaver, again during the hunter-gatherer period. So there were sources of food that were available during the winter months. None of which was obviously easy to acquire, but you could do it. Do I still have... Oh.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, stop complaining. Silly man. Yeah, but you don't eat the stalks. It's the roots you want. I think there are videos somewhere online of people preparing them. You can get... like all these things, they are... oh, I forgot. I need to do this the other way, don't I? Yeah, obviously, all these things, any hunter-gatherer process is high. It takes a time. Let's put it that way. I have eaten rabbit. Oops. Rabbit is good. My mother used to make fantastic rabbit pie, and you can find it in some restaurants. You know, rabbits are very lean meat, but the other thing my mother used to make was fried rabbit. Like fried chicken, but fried rabbit, and that was fantastic. Highly recommended if you ever get the chance. I just realised the other thing, of course, that would be available to hunter-gatherers would be things like frogs. Frogs are perfectly edible. Snails. I don't know if they ate snails, but certainly they were around. And you can eat garden snails in the UK. Yeah, I mean, you do have to sort of prepare them, but you can eat them.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
Oh, silly me. I'm losing focus here. I should be paying more attention to what I'm doing rather than talking about semi-exotic meats to eat. And if I add just enough fuel, I should be good. Right. And frog's eggs are nice. I've had frog's eggs in Hong Kong, of all places, in a Swiss restaurant in Hong Kong. Highly recommended. It's easy to say it tastes like chicken. No, it doesn't. But it is a bland white meat. So is rabbit. Does it taste like chicken? Not exactly. But, you know, mild white meats do tend to taste quite similar. Alligator, for example. I've had fried alligator. I don't think I've ever had it in anything else. Fried alligator is quite nice. Right. So, things are progressing. I have fresh meat-ish. Got enough rabbit skins to continue to fix my stuff. Now I need to go see if I can find some salt. Let's drop that lot. And do I want to take my rifle? The simple answer is, if you have to ask the question, probably yes. And I will keep a lookout for wolf pelts. How much water have I got? A plethora. Oh, it's interesting. All that meat I'm carrying, and I've only got one bar of stinky. Yeah. I wish there was more you could do with the animal fat. You can eat it, but then of course you've got a potential of gastrointestinal distress. Right, salt. After I check to make sure that our friendly local moose hasn't made a reappearance. Do I need a moose? I forget. No, but I do want that bearskin to be cured, so alright, we're reasonably good to go. Don't need to go rabbit hunting anymore. Yeah. Last time I got trampled by a moose was in this region. So we're going to head off around the back of the island, and oh look! I have a suspicion a couple of the wolves died over there. Wow, they came a long way. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's two of the wolves over there. I know in principle that the bear that attacked me is the one that resides in this region, but let's be certain. Is that? Yeah, that's a dead. That's another one. Wow, 1, 2, possibly 3. I know I've got some fires over there, so that's possibly 2, maybe 3 dead wolves. Okay. Oh! Ooh. Do you see what I see? The bear that attacked me on the road is not this one. Huh. That is slightly disturbing. Now this bear I have actually bow hunted from that hut. I hope you don't mind, guys, but I'm going to stay well away from him. Although he's almost close enough for a long-range shot. I think I will not do that. That would... It strikes me as being needlessly cruel. Well, not cruel, but you know what I mean. Now, the problem is, I think it goes right round the island, so if I go off this way, there's a good chance I will encounter it. And there's a wolf there. And I can't remember where I find salt. Nowhere convenient is the word that comes to mind. But if all I have to worry about is that... Yeah, I don't want to get more... I thought that was the one that I had killed. But apparently not. I killed the other one. But... Hang on. Oh, I've lost track. Oh, it's behind. I think I want to head behind that island over there. And I'm almost certainly going to have to shoot this one too. Yeah. I think I need to go behind that island. I ought to cheat and look up where I can find salt here. Oh no, wrong island. Oh brother. The good news with these is you can often sort of thread this needle between where they will attack and where the problem is. Now I'm heading into bear territory. And there's rabbits. Oh, I've forgotten. I have snares over there, which I probably ought to pick those up as I don't really need them. Yeah, so this is not really where I want to be. Yeah. I'll pick up the snares. No, this isn't where I find... This is not where I find salt. I'm moderately certain. Yeah, I've checked him out before. Now, the thing is, that's the trading box is over there. Oh, hello, Anna. Okay, alright, I'll head up. What, this? Do you mean this, this wooden walk or one of the others? Welcome back. I hope you're feeling alright. So, we are trying to identify which wooden walk. Is it this one? Or one of those over here? Yes, I'm back in Coastal, and I got mauled by a bear twice yesterday, and I managed to make the furniture manufacturing bench, or whatever they call it. But no, I got mauled twice. And I thought it was by a different bear. I thought it was by this bear, but no, it was by another bear. So this bear is still alive and kicking, and not where I want it to be. Well, this is Jackrabbit Island, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, no. That's over there, isn't it? Okay, now I can see. Yeah, I know about the mine, and that would be my next place. All of this effort simply because I couldn't be bothered to carry 10 kilograms of snow, and that's one of the dead wolves in a place that I am not comfortable about going to get. Yeah. I ended up shooting up a wolf pack. 4 dead wolves around. So there's that one. Oh, that's disconcerting. And then there's 3 more over by another pack of wolves. So since I've gotten back, I've been mauled twice, killed 1 bear, killed 5 wolves and 3 rabbits. And there's the is that another wolf? I think it is. Alright, what we got? Eee. No, it's not in very good condition. Oh no, it's not a wolf. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'll take green birch saplings. Hope you're feeling better, Anna. Last I Remember, you weren't feeling too well. Mental note, Jackrabbit Island. Yep. That's another kilogram. Down another kilogram. So that should be another 3 kilos? I think that's the lot, isn't it? I don't think there's any more. Oh good, I'm glad you're well. Yeah, I don't like going that way. I'm off put already. Now, if I can just time everything right, I'll be able to salt cure an entire bear. Yeah, the trip from Bleak Inlet back to Coastal Highway itself actually was much more straightforward than expected, apart from the bit where I thought I was going to die falling off the rope. But fortunately, I was able to hop onto a ledge and take a stim, and then resume my journey. So that worked out. And then, of course, that's when I got back here, mauled by a bear twice again. It's becoming something of a trademark. I wish I... Oh, actually, that particular region... which bear? Oh. Honestly, I wish I could dare going close enough to try and get the hide. But for now... Oh, right. Yes, you did see that. Yeah. There are two that like to go. I mean, there's the bear that's over by the Misanthrope's Island. It's still alive and well, and then there's the one more or less opposite where I am now. It's not alive and well. So. And I don't know if there's a third one. Because there's another... Well, I say there's another one. The cabins at the far end, we know about that one. That's the one that mauled me in the middle of the night. I'll just follow the coastline. It's kind of funny, really. I came back here because I've started thinking of this place as being moderately safe. Yeah, for certain values of safe. Yeah, this is actually where the this is where the bear died that got me yesterday. Is right there by that fallen tree. And it actually crept up from behind me, which is why I thought it was the one by Misanthrope Island, but apparently it isn't. So, Yeah, you can always tell where I've harvested an animal on the ice, because there's often a fire there. I might go and double check the houses, but I'm pretty certain there isn't any salt in there. That's kind of what I'm hoping. Assuming the misanthrope bear hasn't made it onto land. I got a question for you, Anna. Do moose only spawn once in a particular area, and then when you kill them, that's the end of it? I hate it when I can't see that bear over there. Because... Right. No, definitely not seeing... Definitely not seeing any salt around here. Oh, unless you mean further along. Which I can try and check. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that. I'm not stinky, am I? Oh, no. But I've never yet found salt on these rocks, I don't think. I guess it's back to the mine for me. Oh! Oh! Oh, there he is. Wow. He does have an extensive range, doesn't he? I'll make you a deal, Mr. Bear. You stay well away from me and I won't kill you. Of course, I am assuming that is the same bear that haunts Misanthrope Island. Is that Misanthrope Island over there? Yeah, I guess it is. You know, it's tempting. I've taken a shot at bear at that range before and got it. Of course, with my luck, if I hit it, even at this range, it would probably charge me. So, I think I'll just quietly wait for it to go. Well, that sort of reminds me, I need to find more old man's beard. Oh, wow. He does come up here, doesn't he? Oh, that was slightly scary to see the bear prints suddenly appearing. I think I've checked these out. Well, there he goes.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
I'm pretty certain I've checked out in here. Soon find out. Yep, I have. Just wasting my time in here, to be honest. Yeah, I did. I think. I mean, I'm obviously going to do it again. But I'm pretty when did I get the DLC? It was before I went to Bleak Inlet, wasn't it? Yes, it was. It was. Because you were the one that was... Because, yeah, that's right. Because I did research... I did search the houses. Because I believe it was you told me that there was a possibility of a bag of salt, and I never found it. Yeah, so I've checked in here. Yeah, I'll check again, just to make certain, but I'm pretty certain I did check. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I will double check. It is pretty obvious though, isn't it, when you find it? Getting late. Oh, and I've been going for 2 hours. So I'm going to head back to the gas station, hopefully without getting mauled again. And start bringing this live stream to a close. We've still got a few minutes. I better get home first. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you told me it was one of the huts, one of the houses in the region that I'm in. So I can always go back and double check. And I really want to do something about that bear because it's precisely where I do not want it to be. I'm sorry, Anna. I've been going for over 2 hours at this point, and I do not need. Let me start that again. I do need to start thinking about lunch. Who knows? Maybe if we get to 150 subscribers, I'll do another 3-hour special. Oh yeah, I can understand that. Well, I can understand the kids are being out of school. Oh, it's a nice view at least. As he walks sideways into the bear. Oh. Unfortunately, while it would be easier for me to start... I say easier. Yeah, I actually have to eat sort of fairly soon. There's this sweet spot for me, before which nobody's awake, and after which, yeah, maybe not. No, after which I go and typically meet a friend online. Hang on, let me just concentrate a second here so that I don't get surprised. So, Oh, 34 watching, it says. I don't eat McDonald's except with my son. It's cheaper for me to cook for myself, actually. McDonald's is surprisingly expensive. Yeah, it says 34. I did pick up one subscriber yesterday, but it wasn't during the live stream. It was later on in the day. Well, thank you for doing that, Anna. I appreciate it. Well, let's go check a house or two. Just to make absolutely sure. It would be silly if I went to all that effort to gather salt when there was a big bag of it waiting for me somewhere. Alright, minor excursion, people, while I check out this house.
Might have to drop some gear.
Let's see. Nah. Honestly, can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, this is a bit daft. Oops. Oh, my greatest number of likes during a stream, I think, was 8. Pretty much as I was being mauled by a bear. Not last time, but the time before. I thought that was kind of amusing. Yes, we do like it very much when you... Oh, you're kidding me. Alright. Well,
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. Leave a like, as I understand it helps towards the holy algorithm. And let's see if we can get to 150 in the next month or so. So anyone willing to subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to offer incentives or anything like that. So, now talking about streaming, I will. It's the weekend. Praise the algorithm. It being the weekend tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, obviously. Yes, tomorrow and Saturday. That makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, given that the next 2 days are the weekend, I don't schedule anything specifically for the weekends. However, the likelihood is I will stream Wintermute tomorrow or Sunday. I am half tempted to play the tutorial from Green Hell on one of those days. See what that's like. But I will nonetheless, if I do, when I start streaming, it'll be 9 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time tomorrow. Weekends are for Wintermute, and then possibly for something else. Like I say, I will certainly do Wintermute at least once, and I am quite tempted to do the tutorial for Green Hell, which recently went on sale, which is why I got it, and it looks interesting. And unlike the forest, I'm not about to throw myself into the game completely blind. That was more or less embarrassing. Anyway, I really do have to get going. I will see you all tomorrow, and hope you have a good rest of the day. And if you're not here for the weekend, and why not, make sure you're subscribed and have clicked the bell button so that you'll be notified, etc., etc., and so on and so forth, and what have you. Anyway, see you all next time. As I said, see you all next time.